What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for watching another video. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to do a DSG relearn with your Accessport or your ObdEleven. This could be done also with VCDS. I do not have a VCDS though, so if you do have one and you want to do it that way as well, it is possible, but you would have to go online and find that out yourself on some forums, websites, or even on YouTube to see if you can find something related to the VCDS for the DSG relearn. Now, the main question probably is, what is a DSG relearn and why would I want to do one, or why would I need to do one? So a DSG relearn, pretty much what it does is it resets the parameters of the TCU on your DSG car, whether it's a Volkswagen or an Audi. The TCU in these cars pretty much works like a brain, and it remembers basically how you drive over a long period of time. So for my car, my S3, it will basically learn my driving habits, and it'll change things and the parameters of the TCU according to the way I drive. And every one of you who have a DSG car, whether you have a GTI, a Golf Sport Wagon, a Golf R, A3, S3, RS3, any DSG, it will learn the way you drive, and it will make little changes according to the way that you drive. And pretty much what the DSG relearn is going to do is going to reset those parameters. So why you would want to maybe do this would be if you basically, let's say you're driving your car as a daily and you're really going to start to drive the car more spirited, you're going to take it to the track, maybe doing a DSG relearn would be smart for you. It would reset the parameters of the TCU on your car, and it would basically allow you to do what you want to do, and the car is going to remember and will set the parameters on the new way that you are driving. Another recommended thing is when you're switching tuners. So let me just give you an example. Let's say you have an APR, ECU, and TCU tune, and you're switching over to EQT like I have, and you're going to be running the Accessport and whatnot. Every tuner has its own power band. Every tuner has its own kind of TCU tune. So it is very possible that when you switch over from APR to EQT, your car might run a little bit funky. Your TCU might not shift optimally to the way you want. By performing a DSG relearn, when you upload the new software from the new tuner, it will basically reset your transmission to reset the shift points and all of that, so that you can have your car running as optimal as possible with the TCU and the ECU linked together. A lot of tuners do recommend that you do a DSG relearn when you do change software because of that reason, because again, the car might not run as optimally as you want it to, and you might experience some clunky shifting, some funky shifting. Maybe the car is not shifting the way you want it to when you're in driver and sport. So doing the DSG relearn will allow the car to relearn exactly what you want it to do with the new software that you're running on your car. And there's even some instances online with people where they've had even their clutches slip in their DSG, or really bad shift points, that when they did the DSG relearn, it completely fixed the issue. And another reason why you would want to do a DSG relearn is if you do a DSG service, when you take all the fluid out, change the filter, and you put the new fluid in. Basically, the TCU is learning how to drive on the used fluid and the worn out fluid as time goes on. So putting in fresh fluid and a fresh filter might kind of mess things up just a little bit. So doing a DSG relearn would be a good idea as well after you do a DSG service. So now the first thing I'm going to do is show you how to do the DSG relearn on the Accessport, and then after I show you how to do it on the Accessport, I'm going to show you how to do it on your ObdEleven. It's both very easy, and if you have one or the other, depending who you're tuned by, you'll have an Accessport like EQT or Sneaky 5150, for example. And if you have an OBD and you're tuned by IE, APR, etc., you could also do it with this. So let's get into that. All right, guys, now that we're at the main menu, we're going to scroll down where it says troubleshooting, and then you're going to go where it says TCM service, perform various TCM relearn functions, and you're going to see a whole list of things that you're going to be resetting on your transmission. You're going to go one by one, and the Accessport will direct you to do exactly what you need. So for example, let's start with the clear clutch behavior learned. I'm going to click on that. It's loading. Now it says, please turn ignition key to the off position, turn ignition key to the on position after 5 seconds. So I'm going to turn the car off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to start the car back up. Continue. And there you go. You have gear learning has been successfully performed successfully. So that one is done. So we can go back into CCM service. Clear clutch 1, save data. We're going to click on that. Same thing. Off position. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Start the car back up. Click continue. Gear learning has been performed successfully. And then you're going to go down the whole list. There are a few different things that are going to come up that I'll show you in a next clip. So guys, here's one of the different ones that is going to be, in my opinion, I wouldn't say trickiest one, but the one that you have to be the most careful with. When you go back into TCM service after you reset all of these first, and you go to default setting of DSG, and you click on that, it's going to tell you, please keep your foot on the brake for the duration of the process. This may take several minutes. You may hear noises coming from the transmission or feel slight movement from the car. This is normal. So you're going to go through, you're going to hold your foot on the brake very hard, like I am right now. So right now the Accessport is running the TCM Relearn for the DSG default settings. And you're going to hear some weird noises coming from the car. You're going to feel some shuddering in the brake pedal. You're going to hear some noises coming from the center console as well. And that's 100% normal, because I don't know exactly what it's doing, but it's basically defaulting all the settings of the DSG, and there's going to be movement in your transmission while this is happening. So I have my foot, you'll see, all the way down on the brake, holding it pretty tight while this process goes on. And this is going to take a couple of minutes. And we're still going, guys. It's been about a minute and a half. And it's still doing the relearn. We're still getting noises from the car, still getting some shuddering in the brake pedal. There's some noises that come from right here around the shifter. You're going to feel a lot of vibrations and noises from here as well. And there you go. It just finished. It took about almost 2 minutes. And it's saying, please cycle to the off position. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to start the car back up. And going to click continue. And it was done successfully. So again, you're going to go in the TCM service and just follow the directions. You're going to go down the list one by one, and that's how you could reset all the functions of your DSG with your Accessport. Now we're going to get into resetting it with your ObdEleven. All right, guys, so now I'm going to show you how to do the DSG relearn on ObdEleven, which is still super simple. If you have one and you don't have the Accessport, this is a great way to do it as well. So right now we're on the main menu for ObdEleven, as you see on the screen right now. We're going to go down to where the blue square is on the bottom right corner. We're going to click on where it says transmission, and we're going to scroll down to where it says basic settings. And you're going to go to the second option where it says basic setting of transmission. We're going to click on that. And we're ready to go. Now, the one thing that this doesn't do, that the Accessport does do, is tell you to keep your foot on the brake while this is happening. So just make sure that you have your foot on the brake all the way. I'm going to be doing that right now. And we're going to slide to start. And it says active. When it's finished, the status will go to like basic setting ended or something like that. Then you can stop it. So this will probably take about another minute to minute and a half like the Accessport did. So as you see right now, it is running through the basic settings, and I do feel the same exact thing where there's the shuddering coming from the brake pedal, and there is a lot of vibrations and shuddering coming from where the shifter is in the middle of the car. That's basically the most apparent thing you're gonna notice while you're doing this relearn. So again, I'll get back with you guys once the basic setting is over. Alright guys, and after about a minute, as you can see on the screen now, it says basic setting ended. So all you gotta do is slide to the left where it says slide to stop, and you're good. The DSG relearn is good to go, and you're done with the ObdEleven. So that's going to conclude the video, guys. Just something that I wanted to bring up, because I do see a lot of times in like my Facebook groups and stuff of people asking of like weird jerkiness and clunkiness with their DSGs, and sometimes it's attributed to many different things. But one thing that you could try that is free if you have an Accessport or already an ObdEleven on you is you could do the DSG relearn with those devices, and it takes a couple of minutes, and maybe that might fix your problem. With a lot of people that do the relearns, they'll say that, oh, my clutches were slipping, this actually fixed the issue for me, it hasn't happened anymore. Or other people saying that the car is very jerky on downshifting, or when they're slowing down it gets really kind of like weird. It also fixes that issue for them. So I'm not saying that 100% if you're having some weird DSG issues that this is going to fix your problem, but it's worth a shot, especially if you have an Accessport, a VCDS, which again I didn't show you in today's video, but if you have one, you can do it that way. You just have to find the information on how to do it that way, or your ObdEleven. Again, for me, it's the same thing. I kind of like using the ObdEleven a little bit more. I just like the interface of the ObdEleven over the Accessport, but they both do the job. They both do a great job with it, and they both can do the reset for you. So either one you choose to do it with, it's awesome. But yeah, anyways, guys, if you have any questions, please let me know in the comments down below. Please like, comment, and subscribe. It lets YouTube know that I'm doing a good job. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good day.